So if working less, earning more, and enjoying your life is something of interest to you, then this video is going to be, I hope, useful for you and insightful. So I want to talk about productizing yourself and essentially how to start something called a one-person business. Now, I haven't coined the name one-person businesses from other people I've been following, but I want to give my kind of unique take on it in this video because I think success is like very counterintuitive. A lot of people think that to reach whatever level of they deem success is the only way to get there is to work harder, like to work longer hours, to do more. When in actual fact, you can just work less, but you can create systems that help you reach your goals faster. So like higher quality ideas lead to higher quality work. So what is the one person business model? It is essentially what it says, it's exactly what it says on the tin. You build a business that is run by you. And you do that by turning yourself into the product. And I'll explain in this video what I mean by that because it might sound a bit confusing because you can't sell yourself, but you can sell yourself. So we can leverage tools and technology to create this online business nowadays. There's free platforms like YouTube, Instagram, social media in general that allow us to create an account and we can share with the world whatever it is that we're passionate about and we're interested in. And that content will be seen by like many people. Not every video will go viral. This isn't about how to make a viral video, but these are free tools that we can use and leverage to put what we're doing in front of an audience of people. And if we're able to build an audience and nurture them and grow a relationship with them, we can offer them some sort of product or a service. So I call these micro products, and this is where the whole productizing yourself kind of comes into play. Because we can create value for people and we can educate people on something that we are passionate about and we have an interest and somewhat expertise in. If you look at your lifestyle now, there'll be things in it that you are really good at. Things that you're really passionate about. Like look at the things that you enjoy, spend your time studying and reading about and watching videos on YouTube about, and see what your bat signal talent is. Like ask yourself, like, what do people come to you for advice on? What are you passionate about? What do you regularly talk about? And these are all places that we can start sharing value from a position from on our social media channels like YouTube. This is something called a skill-based path. For instance, I used to be a copywriter, still do a little bit of copywriting, but not as much as I used to. I used to be a full-time freelance copywriter. I started doing that out of the love and the desire to create a lifestyle that had more freedom, being able to like work from whenever and where I wanted from just a laptop, not having to go and report to an office or a boss or anything like that. I was just my own boss and really enjoyed it. And that came about from learning a skill, which was copywriting. I then taught that skill, or I did that skill for clients. Like I fulfill clients with copywriting. And now I'm at a point where I can pass my knowledge down to other people and teach other people the skill of becoming a copywriter, growing a freelance business, getting clients, and everything in between. And when you're thinking about building a one-person business, you don't have to be 1,000 steps ahead of somebody. You don't have to be the Jeff Bezos in your industry or niche. You don't have to know everything. You're literally teaching people who are a few steps behind you. I always say that when people are telling you that you should choose a niche or choose a specific topic or area of expertise that you want to focus on, be very careful with what you choose because some people niche down way too much. They go down a rabbit hole so deep, and people have probably been told like, oh, the riches are in the niches kind of thing. That's kind of true to an extent, but at the same time, if you niche down too deep, you're literally cutting off most of your audience. Most of your audience are interested in general information. They're probably beginners. I would say 95% of people are beginners in something you want to teach. They just want to learn the basics. If they just want to learn the basics, you just have to be a few steps in front of where they are right now and just pass down what you've learned to get them to the next level. You don't have to take them from like a level 0 to a level 10. You just have to take them from like a level 0 to a level 1 or 2. Real simple teaching skills like that. And that can be super valuable for someone. So don't ever think it's like not valuable, because to get from level 0 to 1 or 2 and give someone skill, like proficiency in a skill, and if it's a money-making skill as well, that is so valuable for somebody. Like say if I made a course that was like £100, £200, whatever the price tag would be on it. And it taught somebody a skill that was like a lifelong skill they could take and go and offer to their audience, or go out and create a little business around that would fund their lifestyle, be a side hustle, or even grow it into a full-time income. That is ridiculously valuable. And that comes from this skill-based educational content. And the good thing now about the tools and systems that we have available to us, I'll just give you an example. I sell products on Amazon. It's a business that kind of runs itself at the minute, but it still requires some work. It's not passive. I don't like passive. I think the word passive is just bullshit, and people think that they can just push buttons and make money in this internet age. I think people have been told that, and it's now like it's gone too far. Like there's no such thing as passive income. I would say there's more things as like active income, but the amount of time I've put into creating and running this Amazon business with my business partner Peter is like 4 or 5 years now, and it still requires daily effort from me, Peter, and our employee who runs all the warehouse and stuff, or like the logistics of everything. So it's never like a hands-off thing. And when you are creating a digital product, like a micro product that's educational, and you're teaching value to somebody else, because the systems that are available to us, you could spend a weekend or even a week or a short period of time creating a solution to a problem for someone in the form of like a course, like a step-by-step video course, teach it to somebody else, equip them with the skill, and charge them a price for it, put a price tag on it. And because it's digital, it's infinitely scalable. So it doesn't matter if you sell 1 or sell 100, you can fulfill it. You don't need to reorder inventory. You don't need to restock it. You don't have to send the digital product in the post or anything. It's just already done, delivered to email. Like, it's super simple. I don't know why people aren't waking up to this more. But like, how do you start one of these businesses? How do you start a micro products business or a one-person business? So the one-person business for me is super interesting because I just love being independent and being able to build something that I am passionate to wake up and work on every single day. Building a micro product around a skill I already have and something I'm excited to talk about is really easy. It's fun. It's a really fun way to make an income. There's a few different ways you can start. You could create something, or you should create something that I would call minimum viable offer or a minimum viable product. Create something that is just basic enough to get somebody a result. That's all you need to do. Don't get too cinematic with cameras. Don't overthink all the equipment you have or anything like that. Just screen record, use a software like Loom, show people what you're doing, and just deliver it to a small group of people to start with as like a beta test program. And with those people who are in that first wave who go through your program, your micro product, you want to give them the utmost attention and like ask them like where are they struggling, what do they need more information on, maybe what do they need less information on, because then you can go and refine your product and then make it even better. So you're filling the holes every time and just making it even more and more valuable, which means you can charge even more for it in the future. And with those first group of people who go through your beta test program, you can get case studies off them, testimonials, good words, which then means you can use that in your marketing, showing people, look, it's worked for Jane and Karen and Sam and Johnny or whatever, but why can't it work for you? And it almost does the selling power for you. So it's real simple. And you don't need like expensive software or technical, like I'm the least tech person here. So if I can figure out how to build all this stuff and make it work, literally anybody can. But essentially you're creating content on social media. I use YouTube. I love long form content. If you've watched this far, you obviously have an attention span longer than most people. From there, I build my audience off social media. So I build an email list because I feel email is a way better platform to build an audience like this on, because you own the asset of the email list, whereas on social media, you don't own someone, you don't own the follower or anything like the platform does. So they could shut you down at any point, which I don't like the risk of. Very unlikely to happen, but it's still a risk. And then from there, you can build a relationship with people through email, send them cool daily emails or semi-daily emails, and just every now and again, plug your products, tell them you've got something cool, give them a link to buy, and that's it. And then fulfill it. That's like as simple as it needs to be. I want to talk a little bit about authenticity and how this is possible for anyone, because I've spoken to some people before and they've put barriers in front of me and said, like, this can't work. You can just see they're internally procrastinating. They just think like they can't start this because of, for whatever reason. they're not qualified enough, they don't know enough. They just, for some reason, believe it won't work for them, which I'm like, okay, fine, that's a barrier I need to try and help people overcome. I find it really, really interesting that people face this and won't take the first step to even trying, even though you could tell them about all the benefits of it. It could literally help you earn more, work less, and enjoy life more. Like, why would nobody want that? Every human on planet Earth should want that. So if you're rejecting that, as a built-in reason why. And people believe that this whole 9-to-5 thing and stuff, and the traditional path that most people have been taught of how to live and earn an income is kind of bullshit now with this creator economy. Like, the creator economy now and the world of online education, which is 95% free, versus a university degree and college education is just all, like, I think it's so overpriced, it's ridiculous. People paying tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars or pounds to get a certificate so they can do something. I think it's bonkers. Sure, for some things you need that stuff to get into certain things like being a doctor and a pilot and whatever, but for most things you can teach yourself on YouTube. You can learn from other people who have already achieved what you're trying to achieve. You can then create your own unique take on it, because you don't have one passion or one interest. I'm pretty sure you follow different people for different reasons. You love learning about different topics, like an income creating skills, like passion stuff, self-development or growth orientated things. And all this stuff can come together to give your unique view on things. That's what I was saying before about niching down, and why you shouldn't just niche down so deep that you cut off everybody. I like on this channel, I like talking about all sorts of different things from brand building to social media growth, starting a one-person business, all things that I've done from my experience. I hope my unique experiences come across in a way that nobody else can explain or that nobody else can model or copy, because it's my experience, my uniqueness. And you're the same. You don't need to go and reinvent the wheel and create something completely new the world has never seen. Like, you're not going to make the next Facebook. You're not going to make the next YouTube. There's literally no point, because people are so used to those now. It's going to be so hard to override them and get people to come over to your platform or program or service. Like, just look at what people are already buying, look at where the interest is, and then marry that up to your interests and your passions and help people solve a problem that they're having with your unique take on it. That's as simple as it needs to be. And you don't need many customers. Like, you don't need hundreds of thousands of people to make this one person business make you enough money to do whatever you want. Like, I think a lot of people will agree they want a surplus of money, of like fuck you money, where they don't have to worry about monthly bills. They're not living paycheck to paycheck. They can afford to do everything they want. They can afford to pick things off restaurant menus without looking at the price and that being the dictating thing, because that used to be me. Be able to fly business class, be able to go on all these fancy plates around the world or whatever, be able to live where you want, work where you want, take a Friday off, take a Wednesday off if you wanted to, just live and work wherever you want. I think everyone would agree they want that, or they want like some level of that freedom, and they want choice. People want choice. That's what I would say. People want choice. And to get that, I believe this is one of the simplest and easiest ways to get there. Really is. Rather than slaving away doing something for somebody else you don't even enjoy doing, fulfilling somebody else's dream. Like, you might be doing a 9-to-5 job now where you're working for someone, but you're facilitating their dream. You're helping them achieve theirs, not your own, which is really interesting. Now, some people do really enjoy their work, and that's fair enough. But why not build this on the side? Why would you not just build this on the side and just have a bit of fun with it? Part-time income, full-time income, whatever you want. I just think for anybody who wants to share their knowledge with the world, create a kick-ass income from it, have fun doing it, and be able to just have choice, then this is the best business model I've ever seen. Because, is it really a business model? Or maybe it's just a way of living and just sharing that. And over time, it compounds as well. I watched a video recently before this about putting content out. This is kind of relevant. And this guy was talking about like putting out one piece of content out a week on YouTube versus 2. And it's not like double the results, putting double the amount of pieces of content out. It's like compounding of like multiples of that, because of how YouTube works. And it just shares your videos and content with so many more people. Like, it's always looking for new pockets of people to put your content in front of. And once it finds that pocket of people, it shows it to more and more and more of them. That's why you get videos that just randomly go viral and just get hundreds of thousands, millions of views. I've had it before on this channel. I've got this funny plaque for. use social media to grow a one-person business. I'm going to talk more about this on this channel because I'm super passionate about talking about this stuff. But I'll leave a link below as well for anybody interested in wanting to follow me for more specific stuff on building a one-person business. And so if you're interested in that, make sure you go and click that link and just join the list, and you'll be notified about new stuff I've got coming up. And because YouTube is super clever, there'll be some videos up here. YouTube's algorithm has recommended these videos because it thinks you might like these. So you should definitely go and click either one of these.